Hello everyone, welcome to JCE Connect series of lectures. In this session, we are going to discuss about practical applications of Bernoulli's equation. So Bernoulli's equation is applied in all problems of incompressible fluid flow where energy considerations are involved, but we shall consider its applications to the following measuring devices. They are venturimeter, orifice meter and pitot tube. So for these devices we are going to use the Bernoulli's equation. So let us take the first device, that is a venturimeter. So venturimeter is a device used for measuring the rate of flow of fluid flowing through a pipe, and it consists of three parts. So they are a short converging part, a throat and diverging part. It is based on the principle of Bernoulli's equation. So this is the venturimeter device. So this is the pipe, this one is a pipe, and here the venturimeter is connected. From here to here is a venturimeter is connected. The first part, this part is the inlet part, or it is also called as a convergent part, and the middle one is called as a throat, and this last one is a diverging part. And the venturimeter, this venturimeter is invented by the American engineer Clemens Herschel, and it is named by him after Italian engineer, that is Venturi. So the venturimeter is one of the popular devices for measuring the rate of flow in a pipe. As I said, it consists of a short converging conical tube, this one, a short converging conical tube leading to a cylindrical portion called a throat of smaller diameter than that of the pipeline, so which is followed by a diverging section in which a diameter increases again to that of the main pipe. As shown in this figure, the inlet and outlet diameters are same as the diameter of the pipe in which it is to be installed. Then the velocity of flow increases in course of flow from pipe to throat, that is converging cone, and the pressure correspondingly decreases here. The velocity reaches a maximum value at the throat, this portion by the throat, and the pressure is minimum here. The throat is followed by a diffuser which restores the pressure as nearly as possible to the original value. The expansion angle of the diffuser, the expansion angle of the diffuser is very small, that is usually 5 degree to 7 degree, 5 degree to 7 degree, to reduce the possibility of flow separation here. The size of the venturimeter is specified by the pipe and throat diameters. So example, suppose if a venturimeter is 300 by 150 mm, venturimeter fits a 300 mm diameter pipe and has a 150 mm diameter throat. For accurate results, the venturimeter should be preceded by at least 10 diameters of straight pipe. The pressure difference from which the volume rate can be determined is measured by the entry section and the throat section by means of a differential U-tube manometer. And the principle of venturimeter, the basic principle on which the venturimeter works is that by reducing the cross-sectional area of the flow passage, the pressure difference is created between the two sections. This pressure difference enables the estimation of the flow rate through the pipe. So this is the basic principle of venturimeter. So at the converging part, at the beginning of the converging part, there will be a high pressure here. So you can observe here. And at the throat portion, the pressure will be less. So it is mentioned here, high pressure region. At wherever the pressure is high, the speed of the flow will be less. It is low speed. Wherever the pressure is low, the speed of the flow will be high. Then again, this is the high pressure region and this is the low pressure region. Next. So expression for the rate of flow through a venturimeter. If you want to derive an equation for a venturimeter, so this is the venturimeter. This is a venturimeter. The schematic diagram of a venturimeter. So here let D1 represent the diameter at the inlet section, that is at section 1, and the P1 represents the pressure at the section 1 at this section, and the velocity, that is V1, represents the velocity of fluid at section 1, and the area at this section will be A1, that is pi by 4 D1 square. Similarly, D2, P2, V2 and A2 are the corresponding values at section 2 at this section. And assuming that there is no loss of energy and applying the Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and 2 along a streamline, we get. So here, so we are assuming the flow, there is no loss of energy, and applying the Bernoulli's equation between section 1 and 2. When you apply Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and 2, we get energy at section 1 is equal to energy at section 2, this one. Okay, then as pipe is horizontal, we can take the Z1 is equal to Z2. The position of section 1 and 2 are same, that is Z1 equal to Z2. When we are taking Z1 equal to Z2, if you simplify this one, finally we get this as the equation. Then, but P1 minus P2 by rho g is the difference of pressure heads at section 1 and 2, and it is equal to H, or P1 minus P2 by rho g is equal to H, this one. Then substituting this value of P1 minus P2 divided by rho g in the above equation, we get H equal to V2 square by 2g minus V1 square by 2g. So when you substitute this value in this above equation, we get this one. And again, now applying continuity equation at section 1 and 2, applying the continuity equation at section 1 and 2, we get A1 V1 equal to A2 V2, or V1 equal to A2 V2 by A1. So applying the continuity equation here, that is the rate of flow through the section, or rate of flow or the discharge through the section remains same, that is A1 V1 equal to A2 V2. From this equation we get a V1. Then substituting the value of V1 in the above equation, in this equation if you substitute, we get this one. If you substitute V1 equation in this H equation, then we get this, and simplifying this equation, we get finally this one, that is V2, we get this one. Simplify this one, we get V2. Then as we know the discharge equation, Q equal to A2 V2, then substituting the value of V2 in this equation, then finally we get Q equal to A1 A2 divided by root of A1 square minus A2 square into root of 2GH, and this gives the theoretical discharge, ideal conditions, but actual discharge will be lesser than the theoretical discharge. So we have to take the coefficient of discharge CD into A1 A2 divided by root of A1 square minus A2 square into root of 2GH, where CD represents the coefficient of venturimeter and its value is less than 1. So this is the final equation to calculate the discharge through the pipe or discharge through the venturimeter. So this is the discharge equation for a venturimeter. Then the value of H is given by differential U2 manometer. So here this equation, so these all are constant terms. So this is called as a Venturi constant. Here only variable is what? H. So we can write C root of H, where C is the Venturi constant and H is the variable. This H can be calculated by using different conditions. Let the differential manometer contains a liquid which is heavier than the liquid flowing through the pipe. Then in that case, let SH represent the specific gravity of the heavier liquid and SO represent the specific gravity of the light flowing through the pipe. Then X is the difference of the heavier liquid column in U2. Then H can be given as H equal to X into bracket SH by SO minus 1. The second condition, if the differential manometer contains a liquid which is lighter than the liquid flowing through the pipe, the value of H is given by this one. This is the value of H. Okay, this is second case. And similarly, for inclined venturimeter with a differential U2 manometer, the above two cases are given for a horizontal venturimeter. This is the case related to inclined venturimeter, or you can take it as a vertical venturimeter having a differential U2 manometer. That a differential manometer contains a heavier liquid, then the H can be given as. So here the H can be given as P1 by rho g plus Z1 minus P2 by rho g plus Z2. So this is the differential head which is equal to X into bracket SH by SO minus 1. Similarly, for inclined venturimeter in which the differential manometer contains a liquid which is lighter than the liquid flowing through the pipe, then the value of H is given by H is equal to P1 by rho g plus Z1 minus P2 by rho g plus Z2, which is equal to X into bracket 1 minus SL by SO. Okay. So this is the equation which we can use in absence of pressure data. So this can be utilized to calculate the discharge through venturimeter. Okay. I hope you understood these derivations. So the next session, so we are going to derive equation for orifice meter. That is also one of the application of Bernoulli principle. Thank you.